Alright, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to model some wrinkles in the low polygon and visualize them in the higher subdivision. As you can see, every time I select something, the wireframe's on, or I can select the wireframe and select everything. Switch back over to smooth, and the reason why that's doing it is because I got preference editor, and you go to the 3D display and selection, then we're going to go over to the edge display and you can see it's checked. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm going to be modeling this low subdivision and it's going to be updating in the higher subdivision, which is smoother, and I don't really want to see I really don't want to see a wireframe on that. But anyway, let's go ahead and just delete these two out of here, and we're going to start with this one here. I'm going to remove the subdivision by removing the history of it over here. As you can see, it's got 722 polygons. It's still a little low. I don't want it too high and I don't want it too low. As you can see, I'm going to put some wrinkles in the middle here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick this up one here, then I'm going to collapse the dynamic geometry. This is going to add some more. Now that's about right. I don't want to add any more because the more polygons I got, it's going to be kind of a little difficult to start. When you start getting thousands of them, they get really small, then they get hard to maneuver around in there. So what we're going to do, okay, we got this one here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and scoot this over a little bit first, and I'm just going to give this subdivision of 2. As you can see, this jumped up quite a bit, over 46,000 polygons. Of course it don't show it because if I collapse DG, then it gets really dense and it's going to get really hard to do. So Control Z that. It's still at 46,000 even though that I collapsed DG, but it gets more dense. Control Z that again just to show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, for this subdivision to 2 at 46,208, we're going to go to Edit and we're going to go to the Clone option. Alright, I'm going to clone this over here. And you can see this one's also 46,208, but I'm going to remove the history of the subdivision. As you can see, it went way down to 2,888. Let's turn on the wireframe. As you can see, of course, they almost kind of look the same, but this one here has got a lot more. Okay, so let's select this one here, back to smooth mode, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select some faces on this one here. And we're going to loop that. Then I'm going to go over here. Let's go ahead and close this out of the way. And we're going to vertex modeling, and we're going to use this edge tool to split this up. And I'm going to scale it. Now when I scale it, look at the one on the left when I do this. It's updating here. And that's kind of a neat little trick there. I kind of like to go a little extra more than I would normally do, to kind of overdo it, because when you get done you might want to do some smoothing, and it's kind of like you want to build it up more than average and then kind of smooth it down, and gradually. So that's kind of cool. So and we're going to activate the X symmetry here. We're going to select some faces, and we got an option to do the soft selection. This is also good to pull the wrinkles in one direction and not so choppy, so you kind of flow when you kind of bring them all down together or whatever. See, if I didn't have this on, this is what would happen. Doesn't look good, as you can see over there. Alright, with that said, we're going to go over to the let's go back into object mode, and we're going to go to UVs and paint, and we're going to go into the soften brush, and we're going to gradually do the strength on here. And when I do this one here, look at the one over on the left, and we're going to kind of smooth that out. And we'll start getting to the back here a little bit. bit more pushing and pulling here with the soften on. Maybe a little too much. I'll do this in chunks here, I guess. Right here. I'll go up to the top and bring this one up a little bit. Oops, Control Z. Now if you want to pull in the direction, if the chest is kind of sticking out, you want to pull in the direction, because this might have an angle, you can also use the selection, and this will pull in the angle that the faces are going. To show you what I mean is, if I select a face here, you can see right there, and if I go to world mode, what it's doing is it's trying to pull in the angle that the face is going in. So if I was to tip this face like this, you can see, and still in world mode it goes straight up and down when I let go, but if I was to go back to world mode, it's going to pull in the direction that the face is kind of pointing out. So I can always point in that way, or pull in that way. Control Z that. Don't like that there, as I can see that. And we'll just work back over here, and with our soft selection. It's a matter of pushing and pulling, whatever you like. And if we want to add a few more edges right here, we'll just go ahead and loop that. Let's kill the soft selection. And we'll switch back over and grab this here. And we'll scale that up and add one right in there. Well, you can see it's got a few wrinkles in here, and it's not looking too bad. It's not the best I can do, but the point is to model in lower subdivision. As you can see, I got this one over here because I added some more by adding some of these edge tools, added more polygons, versus this high one over here. So let's go ahead and let's go to the Windows tab, normal, collapse that one, as you can see there. And if you want to do anything with this, now it's going to be kind of hard, like I said, because it's too dense. So Control Z that. And if we need to bump this up a little bit, we can kick it up there, and you can see the difference. And thank you very much.